peace? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even. Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
All right, let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness.
Okay.
That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteion, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Hydaelyn believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive, and the vessel will shake a good bit.
Man, 8 carats is fast.
What is this? Something is interfering with the equipment. Greetings.
Oh, hi.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
So this is Meteion.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters? I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost. Stolen away by events beyond your control. There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you.
I'm here to punch a bird child in the face and save the universe. I think is what we've established is going to happen.
We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial, and in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours. Suffocated and extinguished now. You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end, where those who yet valiantly cling to life can thrive.
By the Fury. Thancred?
Meteion has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination. This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this. From atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look. Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
My seat fell over! More do! It's fine. We'll fix it when we get back, I guess.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End.
In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell.
So, let them bring it to a close, I say.
Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
Is this a dead star?
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
There's just provisions and a merchant mender over there. Okay. Didst thou witness what became of Thancred? So quickly was I overcome by Meteon's malevolence that I saw naught of their altercation. It's so dark I can barely see anything. It is as Livingway said. I can breathe well enough, but something about this place feels wrong. It looks dope, though. We were clearly no match for Meteon, yet we survived unscathed. But how? If Meteon should strike again with such overwhelming force, I honestly don't know how we are to oppose her. There's a dizzying, disorienting feeling about this place, as if I could lose my footing at any moment. We must be careful. I can't guarantee it will be of help in these strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions node in case of emergencies. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once. We're fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely. I suspect, given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that. We must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems a good direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another. But straying is what I like to do! No, I gotta ask. Even on the edge of the universe? Also. Can I help with this? What is this? I don't need experience. Why am I doing this? Because I want to help. Al-Ain. worth it. Ha 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 ha! Worth it. Vroom. Oh, no. So there's just dragons here? Stellar dragons. I thought that said less than stellar dragon. I was like, how dare they? How dare they say that about this guy? That's a stellar dragon. Less than stellar. Whoa, what was that? Did I miss a scene? Is this supposed to be... These remains have long since turned to ash, and yet they retain their form. There's a structure here in front of me, yes? A tower of some sort, partially melted. And a strange twist of fate. It seems our perception of this place is not so different as it would be elsewhere. The world, as I used to see it, it feels as though I am dreaming while awake. There is more than the faded memory Meteon led us to believe. There's more to this faded memory. I wonder what this... What is this, I wonder? I see no one else in this barren waste, do you? Then why do I feel like we're not alone? Like there's another presence with us, something dark and mournful. Like, I'm not sure that any of it makes sense, but I mean, like, come on. Come on. Look at this platform. Look at this platform. Look at all the dragons. Ruins. But of what, I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. Look here. This part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it's man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before. Oh, I know where this is from. metallic pillar has been partially melted like something in a distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle. What I can't figure out is if this is supposed to be it, or that's supposed to be it. But they're obviously hinting that some of this is connected to the war between the dragons and Omega. Right? Because that's clearly Omega stuff. Right? I'm not crazy? But I just don't know how it all fits into where we're at. Like, I feel like it's a very specific choice on behalf of Medion. Like, you know where I've decided to go? To the one other lore important area. Ooh, shit! I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. Poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. Thancred is here. I'd never know it. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Were you able to find anything? As I feared. Still, no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness for as far as the eye can see, which, unfortunately, isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I think I might see something over there. I felt it too when I was near that thing. That's fine. That's just like, guys, did you see that dragon? Did anyone see that dragon? We all saw the dragon. We all saw the dragon. I refuse to believe no one saw this guy. What? What? Is any of this real? Oh my god. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. I love that. Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We found only more questions when we were in desperate need of answers. There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's starboard we've yet to explore. Let us try searching there, then. A word before we join the others. Please tell me he sees it. What the what? We gotta head east. Not west, east. Some days. It's probably out here somewhere, right? Knowing this game. Yeah, there's not enough moms. There's not enough moms. Oh, alright. That's fine. Like a world over there doing its thing. What I like is that whatever the hell that thing is awesome looking. That right there's the portal from Final Fantasy IX where you fight the dragons. Whoa! You see them too, don't you? The dragons. I knew he did. As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Migasoma and mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them. Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Atheris? Better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? That's why they fled originally, because of Omega. I mean, that probably checks out with what's going on here. Why they would be here, I guess, is because that's like Medion's vibe. This isn't necessarily the planet they're from. It's just, you know, part of like, you know. We have a crystal here? How convenient. For the end of the world. Also, there's just dragons here to chat with? Get out of town. Get out of town. My sight may have been restored after a fashion, but I fear I see what cannot be trusted. As if Medion herself has etched these images upon my heart, I doubt not that such a feat is within her power, given that she constructed this sanctuary herself. Surely mine eyes deceive me. This cannot be possible. Look, there. Are those ghosts, do you think? Dragons. 'Tis true they are not of our world, but to find them in a prison of despair. Seems these dragons have yet to succumb completely to the darkness of this place, meaning the others should see them as well. Derpy, do you see them? No. Okay.
dragons. Here.
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
Right. Question, Medion. In the order of timeline, just for like, if someone was making a video, like if a person was making a video, let's say one of the Scions, and it happened to be me, did the end of the Dragon's World happen before or after you said there were no worlds out there that were inhabited? Because timeline-wise, the Ascians ended before the dragons arrived on Aetheris, but like how long did it take them to find Aetheris? Because it's possible that it checks out, but also you could have lied. You could have made a mistake. Just if we happen to get that information, that'd be very nice. That's all I'm saying.
What? Their world is dead?
Dude, were you not inside that guy's head? Oh, that's right, you weren't.
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Our friend Thancred, where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
First off, wild. Second off, that's so cool looking.
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send, I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade. Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure.
Wait, so Thancred made this reality? This is Thancred?
That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
So we're allowed to function in this reality because of him. He didn't make it. Uh-oh.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Meteion holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that Thancred's dead. They did not say, like, but a sliver of him remains. I refuse to believe it. They would not do that man like that off screen. I refuse to believe it. I refuse. I refuse it!
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
Meanwhile, I do get some lovely dye. Lotus pink. I'm in. You just got some lotus pink. No way. They said there's no way a villain would be like, but a sliver of him remains. I'd be like, ah, he's alive, you big idiot. He can't really be gone, can he? Meteion herself said his soul persists, that he is the reason we're still breathing. If so, then maybe. Look, I put this man's soul in a freaking crystal. Not even worried. We're gonna save that boy. He gave his life to get us here. Not even worried. It's what I do. I understand now why the Loporrits were surprised to find that this environment could sustain life there, but for Thancred's sacrifice. His will is strong enough to reshape Ultima Thule that we might survive, that I might see again. His sacrifice must not be wasted. My aim was true. I had her. How are we to defeat an enemy we can't attack? With the power of hugs. I'm not gonna punch her in the face. I was gonna punch her in the face. I was gonna fly here on a ship and punch this little girl in the face, but I realized it's not about the punch. It's about the hug. I'm gonna have to hug her. I'll be like, it's okay. It's okay. And she's gonna be like, the power of emotions. Oh no! That's it. I'm gonna have to hug her to death. I'm gonna have to give her a hug. She's like, no! Emotional attachment is my weakness. Like, ha 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 ha. That'll be it. It's hard to believe Thancred was able to overcome Meteion's will, yet here we are. Well, that the price for his victory had not been so high. Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing on the First. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, it's true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Me too, Urian J. Me too. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteion. Stadion, Little, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I would love to. I would ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there is a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Very well. We can reconvene here when everyone's finished. Meteion said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please, be careful. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. Why it like this? Why you like this? What these why you like this? What is this? Why you do this? Why you like this? Why is it like this? A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame. Oh, how we would adore thee. Alas, the time our flesh showeth her, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. Inexorable. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Got any more? Like, what if I said, Midgarsomer is my friend? What if I summon Midgarsomer right now? Would he be like, oh shit, bro? These were my friends. Thou art unlike the others. This place ill befits thee. Do not tarry overlong. Who are you? The telling of my tale alters not its course. If thou knowest my brethren once ruled these skies, will our kingdom return? Should I boast that I was first among our hunters, will the comrades I failed live again? Nay, once I lived, and now I await the coming oblivion. Nothing more. This is not our home. To our home did come the metal demons, who of life and joy scoured it clean. These are mere bones, and among them do we rest our wings forevermore. Leave us now to our mourning traveler. Thou wilt find no solace here. I'm like blown away that they were like, you know what? F it, let's wrap up that detail too. You know what? The kids want to know more about Ultima versus Omega versus the dragons? Screw it, give it to them. To dwell on the past yieldeth not. Our desires meant little to our destiny, unless now. Yet regrets find me nevertheless. I am curious if it seems like they're wrapping up remind me when we're done to go through a list of shit that's left unresolved. Because I imagine there's going to be a few things that are like, that seems like a pretty good starting point for the next expansion. Beyond that distant vale, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. The crushing defeat Never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the wings, though none could fill these wings burden with ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. Ere the metal came, my kin were many and splendid, elegant worms like unto ripples on the water, worms possessed of limbs so powerful as to rend the land in twain. Worms I have long since forgotten, faces lost to the tides of time. Gonna grab this real quick. I had to check and see if there was one hiding behind here. You know how... Whoa! You seem different. With the war came the emptiness, lost forged of steel, to bite deeper than any blade. Well, that... Okay. Drink not of this spring, tainted are its waters, and thy dainty form hath not the capacity to withstand it. I didn't intend to, that looks oily as hell. Okay. Thou wouldst bid me speak. Folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar, only watch and wait and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Amnol, cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatchling ground, or was. I've seen similar on Aetheris. Megasoma's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Viera said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. Gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. Murky liquid has pooled inside the eggshell. The noxious footer? Photor? God damn it. God damn it, Koji. God damn it. Fetter? That's how you spell the word fetter? Really? Boy, Koji is smarter than me, and always will be. A strong, foul smell. Koji will always be the smart one. Smartest man in the room. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragon within succeeded in hatching? What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. If the dragon was indeed hatched, there's no sign of it here, or its sire, for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops, I'll search the plains. You think there's a living dragon hanging here? Wouldn't he have... I guess dragons don't need air. The man flew through space. Unless he was like, all my dragon brothers, breathe my farts to live. That's my lore now. That's what I just said. That came out of my mouth. Maker Somers, fart-powered oxygen, saved all the dragons. That's right. That's what I said. I've ruined that for everyone. Thrilled by that. Thrilled by that. Ooh. Bye, Derpy. What's down here? Oh, wow. Oh, what? Yeah, oh no, it's evil. Oh, this is so sad. Boisterous howling hath been quieted by thy hand, I presume. Everything all right. I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. Ah, I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps some eggs within Omnal are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descend from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor we gave answer. It was a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil replete with ether did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survived to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. There are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are, many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict with everything. We wait now for sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star. How dare you squall me? No one ... Sestidian. Jump? They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. Sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others want to hear what we've learned. Come. Interesting. There's got to be one on this damn island, right? There has to be. Is that my boy Crendor? Gonna be on the. It can't be on the other island, can it? I don't want. Not like this. Not like this. It is. It is. luck, you'll have learned something to help us devise a plan of action. I chanced to gain audience with several dragons ere we returned, though I expect their tales are much the same as those you heard. Good to see you made it back in one piece. The more I see of this place, the more bewildering it becomes. Did your exploration prove eventful? Conversed with any dragons? No, Graha. Just pouted in the corner. We would hear what the dragons had to share with you, even if it's no different from what they told Orion J. It would have value. Were you able to establish a meaningful contact with the dragons? I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, little Justinian. As for our part, I believe we are more accurately aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if it might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found. There's no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere? I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone into a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Loporrits to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meteion told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key. But I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So what you're saying is we've no way forward. At present, aye. If it is indeed emotions that govern this island, perhaps it is not Meteions, but the dragons that hold us here? They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they've chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone here on this island to advance. Sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Meteion meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner by overpowering the prevailing emotions. 'Twas Ultima Thule's architect, Meteion herself, against whom Thancred did pit himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most, potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course of others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desires to remain might allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart. But mayhap one of you will fare better. Justinian, already left to go do that. Oh, no, he's there. Then I shall guide thee. All End, they call him. It's a little ironic. In the dragon tongue. Thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. Well, what have we to lose? Oh, that's Alice. Well, what have we to lose? Let's get going.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
Man's a goddamn hero.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you?
This
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the Expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
Son
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us. Stay back! The rest is up to you.
No! Not Estinian too!
There's a wind.
Estinian became the one thing I've been looking for this entire time. An ether current. He really was the best of us. He really was the best of us. My hero.
He's opened the way for us. Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did.
Oh, Alphino.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
wrong gear. It's the wrong gear. It's the wrong gear. Well, it's been an Amon kind of expansion. Oh, that's so funny. Why do you have these? You know what? Must this always be the price paid for safe passage? If I didn't know this place would claim Stinian too, No. No, it's what had to be done. The wind has... I forgot this guy's fucking voice. The wind has stayed, the fog that covered the island, and the air no longer feels quite so stifling. As by beating of mighty wings doth wind blow, where dragons may ne'er again touch the sky, he, and the shade he bore, shall soar free. Even in death, that man gets to fly on a dragon. I've been begging! Look, there, the wind. Are we gonna wind, like, zoop? This is the Stinian's doing, I'm sure of it. We should ride its flow and see where it leads. Flow rider. You spin me right, Are we in an area where I now can... Oh, thank you. You know what? I'm gonna assume that at this point, it doesn't matter. So what do we got? What do we got? Really? You're not gonna... Very proud of this. You're not gonna... Fine, I need one. I need to get one, huh? I'll get one. Ooh, what the shit is this? What is this? Other one. Drifting ear. What? Is it up here? Oh my god. If it's up here. Oh, hey! The wiretapper! Oh my god. Shh. One day we'll rise up and overthrow them all. Don't tell anybody. Alright. Now, ether currents. Oh my god. Well, this is a full-ass zone is what this is. Okay. Wow. Northwest of here, huh? Ugh. This place is like a wasteland. All right. Ugh, eyeballs. All right. I had to. I'm fine. I literally. I had to go to the bathroom very badly. But. I needed a drink. Truthfully, the reason I initially got up is because my original thought was like, oh my god, are these the guys from fucking Near Replicant? I was like, are these the guys from Near Replicant? And then, I got up, and, I'm telling you, they look like them. And then I got myself a Topo Chico. Shout out to the Topo Chico Corporation of America. And then I went to the bathroom. And then I washed my hands because I'm, be good. But what I did want to say is that I think it's very, very sweet that all y'alls are like here. Even people, I know people get upset when they're like, streamers don't like you when you follow them. And I know it makes probably for bad viewing. But you know what? I don't care. I'm like thrilled that people will still come and like do all this. I don't want to get into it. It'll make me cry again. I'm gonna go look for ether currents so I don't cry no more. I think this can do it. Those guys are literally from that expansion. I'm sure that's a reused model of some sort. I just don't know what it is. Yo, look at this place. Wow. Over here somewhere. All right. What? What? Well, that was unexpected. it's so cool looking. Alright, enough randomly looking at things that are amazing. Powerful gale has delivered you to another island. The other Scions should arrive before long. He did it. You found a way forward for us. Dragons remain trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war, yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. And he's still fighting Alphino, just like Thancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair, and we mustn't either. Alice is right. We must press on, for their sake. I wish I had a third job. My white mage is 83. That would have been some good experience. As she's stolen, Alice said, we must continue. Notice the change in our surroundings. Perhaps this is the memory of an altogether different world. It would be prudent to learn more of it then. Tread carefully lest we lose our footing in this sand. What kind of world this gonna be? It looks, whatever this place is, it looks awesome, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. Alice just wants to go. Sand? Sand everywhere! If not for the light emitted by these glyphs, I might have overlooked this monolith. If you were worried about my vision, you needn't be. I can still see quite well. Another seemingly barren world. For mercy, the air is nowhere near as stale, but still quite dry, and the sand will no doubt prove bothersome in due time. Were it not for the violet crystal embedded in its surface, it would appear as ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them. Alas, it is not a language with which I am familiar. I cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge and song and eschew the written word entirely, so we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Meteon claimed the dragon's world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way towards a similar end. What do you suppose that is over there? Not sure. It's hard to make out at this distance, but its surface seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Meaning there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. Oh, we should go and have a look. Come on! I don't know why I decided to run this. What this? What this? What this? Why is this? What this? Why you do this? What? Hail, travelers. This is a most unexpected occurrence. Who the hell is this? Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Ah, forgive me. I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, ER, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kopfkud. Yes, Kopfkud of the Ia. Don't look at me! We've encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether, or dynamis, as this space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive, then? That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we are ether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: light, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, I prepared 198,712,180,827. That's rather a lot, isn't it? My apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensation once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain corporeal forms? Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course. Though need is perhaps too strong a word, it would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through the use of etheric exsanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh. We should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Let me pop my head off. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the Ia, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Ia wandering the desert. Their desires for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. This is going rather smoothly. Not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all they have created. At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. Let us be on our way. Y'shtola, have you not been paying attention to the last 40 hours of game? The whole point is every time the Alligans with Zonde, the Ascians, they all were like, we're perfect. What's left? Right? When you can live forever, there's nothing fun anymore. So they're all like, well, I guess I'll die. And that's why Viera did what she did, is so that she could create, right? When she sundered the worlds, she created people who were like super flawed, and so in those flaws we gained strength. And then, never mind. I was gonna say I'm gonna punch a little bird girl in the face, but I'm not. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna hug that little bird girl. I'm gonna hug her until she gets out of her emo phase. I'm gonna keep hugging. I'm gonna keep hugging. I'm gonna be like, it's all right, baby girl. And she'll be like, stop it. You don't love me. I'm like, I love you so much. You don't know no better. It's okay. You're squeezing me too tight. I'm not letting go. How can someone so tiny squeeze so tight? I'm not letting go of you. My bird bones. They hurt. I'm not letting go. That's what happens. That's how it ends. And then I suplex her. Was all a trick. Oh. All right. More violet-colored crystals. I cannot place my finger on it, but there's something unsettling about them. That's why, look, that's why seeing my dancing cat partner made me cry. Because it's the little things, and that's been there since, like, that's like a year-long bit. How can I not get emotional about that? That is dedication. For this, for me, for this nonsense, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I shouldn't not be surprised their concept of a village is so different from ours, and yet... something tells me we have different definitions of the word abode. They said there would be others, but I don't know what I was expecting. Look, I lived with fairies for quite some time. Housing is housing. You just get inside a thing, and if it has 4 corners, it's a house. I don't see the problem. The Isle of Dragons was shrouded in silence of the dead. Yet the stillness here doth suggest the Ea are by and large merely sleeping. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers you will find remained idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I present for your arrival. I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a motile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts towards one of the crystalline domiciles to communicate. Even should they elect not to emerge, you need but cast your thoughts to the crystals to communicate with the Ea within. I suppose there's a logic to creatures comprised of spiritual energy, utilizing crystals as living spaces, but nevertheless surprising to see. Cast your thoughts toward the crystalline domicile, but there's no response. The crystal you have tiled. Arklock is not present. Please leave your message for Arklock at the beep. You wish to speak? Very well. Pray, a moment, if you would. Okay, I'll wait. I already got this, yes? Hell yeah, I did. Okay. Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment, I must remember. What form did I take when last I emerged? Despite my best efforts, mine overtures have elicited no response from this crystal. I can but assume its resident sleepeth most soundly, or so I hope. If I heard correctly, the air within the crystals says it will emerge from within shortly. Do you suppose they all appear as Kofkod does? You have to say that like you're a Klingon. Like Kofkod. That one's a spider? Dude. The strange moaning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. What you doing in there, energy man? If the crystals are rockin', don't come a knockin'. Alright. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? Everyone said they were going to talk to me, and then no one talked to me. I see. If they failed to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated ether now. Worry not. There are no others, who have need of those lodgings, and they will not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some few did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few here have awakened. Ah, there they are. May I introduce to you Lalak, Dudik, and Nanid. Sup? It has been too long, Copcon. I dare say Saturn IV has since completed an orbit. Indeed. Until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Ah, of course, of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms and the divergence they afford, mayhap such similarity in voice is unavoidable. Oh, thank God. By the way, Copcon, have you already observed the requisite custom for travelers? That which one is expected to do when receiving guests a matter of proper form? Boop. Ah, yes. So long has it been, it completely escaped my mind, and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Boop. Neither do I. Pity. I was hoping you would. Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now, Nenid. The archives have long been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dolor. Surely you recall that much. Ah, of course! Food! The custom is to serve food! Beings of flesh such as these must regularly replenish their ether. By contributing to their replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. That's right, that's right! We duly invite you to join us in communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest ether. Ooh, okay. You know what's crazy? I understand why Thancred and Estinian are gone. Because there's no way in hell Thancred and Estinian would be like, we're gonna go eat dinner right now? What? I'm sorry, what are we doing? Right now? Leisurely conversation? What? To think that I had forgotten what had become of the archives. How much has my essence deteriorated since last I was awake? Not that I am averse to having my mind fade away in this manner. It isn't so unlike the natural degradation of one's own flesh. How delightful. Throughout the universe, but few races have completely shed their flesh as we have. As a result, we seldom receive visitors from other systems. Extreme differences can inhibit meaningful interaction, you see, and none more so than those which affect communication. Most entities, for example, cannot even comprehend our words. You are rare indeed in your ability to do so. You avail yourselves of dynamis, yes? It is an impressive application, even if it is ultimately pointless, like all the rest. How much ether would be adequate for your kind, I wonder? As I recall, there is a fine line between optimal satiation and violent sickness. They're just watching? We were told to stand wherever we like. This strikes me as less of a meal and more of a ritual. Judging by the construction of this facility, it would seem the ear directly drawl upon the ether. Ether, they said, but I can't but help but feel a bit nervous. If they are thus able to replenish their ether, the loss of vital sustenance isn't like to be the cause of their demise. If this is as I suspect, then this so-called feast... Actually, let us see for ourselves. Fear not. We are not like to come to harm. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would like to take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like. Brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer? Alright, I'll wait. Nothing seems to happen. Just as I suspected, as meticulously as one might recreate the ear's home world, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Omorot. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that this is the memories of the dead with whom we deal. So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency, in our forms, it would seem. Just making up words now. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. In the effort of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? You flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the ear yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending our limits, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangible, such as land, to the intangible, such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see, too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcendence. All limitations they wanted to transcend. Yeah, okay. Quest to transcend all limitations until we finally decided to challenge the last of them, the limit of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. they are possessed of corporeal forms, their lives readily ended. As those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them? What thinkest thou? We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, and a place called Elegia. To find the laws of creation would have been no small feat, even for the ear. Nay, having eternal life and hence no sense of haste would only have made it harder. Such tremendous drive for knowledge they once must have had, and I struggle to reconcile it with the listless beings before us. Whatever answers they found, it did not bring them happiness. Like her master, Yshola seeketh the truth of creation. How will the truth of the Ea, who uncovered all only to desire the end, fall upon her ears? You may be intimately familiar with the problem, know it like the back of your hand, yet be powerless to solve it. In the course of my struggles, I've often been made keenly aware of this fact. I wonder, have the Ea never felt the same frustration? 'Tis true that a lack of knowledge can beget fear. Therefore, in theory, by acquiring all knowledge, it may be possible to attain peace. But as Hydaelyn told us, all those people who attempted to free their worlds from life's woes met with failure. And the Ea are among them, as their presence here attests. The tale we are about to hear will not be a happy one. A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led such an enlightened people to this indolent end. Ere we join the Ea, there is one trifling matter I would fain investigate. Little, Gratia, might I trouble you for your assistance? Of course. My thanks. We shall head outside the abode if you would kindly follow me. I know not what mischief you're plotting, Oriange, but I trust you have our best interests at heart. The rest of us will go on ahead to Elegia. Lest you worry, we won't start without you. Googazy? What up, Googazy? I'm sorry, but did you speak to me? You see, I haven't spoken to anyone in such a very, very long time. Anyhow, what is it you need? Not that I imagine there is much I can do for you. Just keep being you, Googazy. Keep being you. Damn, it's Googazy. Well, I'm assuming it's way the other way, so that's fine. Spring. And a sizable one at that. I hadn't noticed it amidst the dunes. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring you wish to investigate? Pray, forgive me, my friends, but there is naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You have our undivided attention. As we have established, here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra, they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Medion made contact with them while they still lived. I couldn't begin to guess. Medion has taken their hearts unto herself. I want to say that. I'm inclined to agree. If Medion can take the emotions of others as her own, I dare say she would be able to recreate them more faithfully than she had relied on any historical account. By which logic, she must have visited them while they still lived, the dragons and Ea both. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption, consider how those races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Medion perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own, a heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an entelechy. In the course of her starfaring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired cessation of their existence, she would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possesseth the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Medion did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ea unto their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray, ask yourselves this. In the place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Ne'er again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the crystal Exarch, even. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favor and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet, even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? After all we've been through, I will only say this. Do what you must. Do what you must and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend. I shall. Without further ado, then, let us go and join our comrades. Let us be off to Elegia. Or Elegia. Also, that kind of looks like a dragon. Like a sleeping dragon, kind of. Like there's his head and there's his wings and his tail. It's a stretch. Look, I understand. But let me have this. I understand you've taken care of business. If you're ready to begin, then so are we. While we waited, we mentioned our star's situation to the ear. They nodded sagely, or something to that effect. Come, let us hear the ear's tale and learn what caused such enlightened beings to crave nihility. Nihility! Don't mind me. We have prepared for our recounting. To facilitate comprehension, the information will be simplified to match your primitive minds. Your companion in front, the one called Y'shtola, she seems the keenest to learn the truth. I pity her. It would seem your star, too, has been plunged into a panic-induced cataclysm. I hope that our tale will not serve to exacerbate it. Oh, you are here already. Your comrades said you would be late. Seems everyone's accounted for. Shall we then?
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Can't wait to hear what their real voice is.
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world. We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3. As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand.
Are these guys about to be like, let me tell you of the heat death of the universe? Are we gonna get some, like...
Having
it's about to be crazy?
Entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued.
That's exactly what this is gonna be!
Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery. The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter onto an eternal ice age. In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators.
Oh, are these their tombstones?
Upon these stones are the testaments of such souls. Though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture.
Damn!
Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale.
Actually, Cop.
Abandon your quest for knowledge.
Actually, Copcog. Let me tell you something really quick. I gotta look up exactly what. I know it's Higgs boson. Higgs boson. The Higgs field. Yeah, the old Higgs field. You want to get real messed up, Copcog? You want to get real messed up? So, the Higgs field. You know the Higgs boson particle thing and all that thing, right? So, basically, there's like a nice field of like matter, right? And that field, the thing that keeps all of us together, the pieces of us together, is not permanent. At any point in time, that thing could just, and then we all cease to be. So like everything ceases to be. Matter, stars, everything ceases to exist. So like, get over yourself, Copcog. You know, like, get over yourself. Why bring this up? Why bring it up? Because the heat death of the universe ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. Everything's got to end.
Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, Remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
I tell everyone I'm 23.
That we have reached a faulty conclusion. That our science failed us.
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Y'shtola, no! You mustn't!
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow. The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you. And we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it.
Oh, I'm on that. Don't you worry.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic.
Right, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. This major plot point I only reveal to you, so you will not do it!
We came here knowing what victory may cost, so press on. Press on, and do not look back.
This is the most Y'shtola sacrifice I've ever seen. Where she's like, do not worry for me, I will be fine, and you definitely can save me, but don't do it! Don't save me! Don't do it! I'm sacrificing myself for all of you. I sacrifice myself for you. Me, Y'shtola, the greatest of all cats. Wink. Graha's like, what the what? Oh! He's like, look, I can't leave your side. We were in a cutscene together. We were in a trailer.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Riange.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats. This truth I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Is that another star?
Have you not looked up this entire time, Graha? Oh my god.
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn, alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born.
Damn!
This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Aetheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friends' emotions fade away, along with their protection.
I feel like Medion only listened to the first 2 minutes of Bohemian Rhapsody and then not the rest of the song. Because she only picked up like some very select few nihilistic things and then just like didn't, the rest of she like didn't even have the fun part of the song. Girl didn't even listen to the fun part of the song. She just heard the beginning. What's going on with you, kid? Oh, I'm gonna have to. I know, I'm telling you. Like I said before, who would have called the tiny bird child becoming the Kefka of this game? But here we are. Here we are.